and jelly spoons, welcome back to Friday 5-Minute Facts, broadcasting from Britain's first and only airborne subterranean studio. As always, I am Pat White Muffin, and this distinguished gentleman is Keith, who is still convinced a PlayStation is a type of dinner service. Well, they call them dishes sometimes, don't they? Although I will admit I've never seen anyone serve a Yorkshire pudding on one. Brilliant insight as always, Keith. Today we're talking about Uncharted 2, Amongst Thieves from 2009. The sequel nobody knew they wanted until it arrived and made everyone feel like a complete muppet for doubting it. What, Amongst Thieves? Gosh, sounds like my weekly bridge club, although we generally steal biscuits rather than ancient artefacts. Now, this little adventure managed to get itself into the book 1001 Video Games You Must Play Before You Die by Tony Mott, the fantastic editor of Edge magazine, which is impressive considering most sequels are about as welcome as a vegetarian option at a butcher's convention. Speaking of numbers though, did you know that the perfect cup of tea requires exactly 3 to 5 minutes of steeping time? Any longer and you've essentially created liquid disappointment. Rather like how I feel about most modern television programmes.
Oh God.
The development took 22 months. That's 6 months spent just planning the thing out. That's half a year of meetings about meetings, which probably explains why most of the characters look permanently exhausted. 6 months? I once spent 3 weeks planning a garden party, only to discover I'd forgotten to invite anybody. I ended up having a lovely chat with the postman though, and a rather inquisitive badger. Did you know the game made it onto Danish television? There's a poster of it hanging up in some politician's kid's bedroom in a show called Bogen. Because nothing says international cultural impact like Danish political drama product placement. Denmark, you say? Well, by God, lovely bacon, although I'd always find their pastries a bit overcomplicated. Like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle with your mouth. Now, when this game went to Germany, they had to swap out Hitler for Saddam Hussein in one of the cutscenes, because apparently some historical villains are more acceptable than others when you're trying to sell entertainment to the Germans. Yeah, quite right too. Context is everything. I once told a story about badgers at a dinner party, completely misjudged the room. But did you know though that badgers can remember a grudge for years? Rather like your ex-wife, Pat. That's unfair to the badger, Keith. They only dig up your garden, not your entire past. Now, the Tibetan village in this game was inspired by something called The Graveyard, a little art project about walking an old lady through a cemetery. The designer said it made him think about creating peaceful spaces for reflection. How lovely! Though I must say, most of my reflective moments happen in considerably more comfortable chairs, preferably with a nice Earl Grey and a digestive biscuit. From an old lady in a graveyard to Nathan Drake shooting his way through Nepal, that's quite a creative leap when you think about it. It's like writing a shopping list and then going on to pen some epic poetry. Did someone mention shooting through Nepal? Because honestly, Nathan Drake's body count in this game makes most action films look like gentle nature documentaries. Our lad's finally arrived, everybody, right on bloody cue. Can we talk about Chapter 24? If you try to punch Harry Flynn, he'll eventually just shoot you, which is basically the video game equivalent of play stupid games that win stupid prizes. Isn't it f*** around and find out? Anyway, why would anyone want to punch Harry? He's perfectly pleasant. He looks after the garden while I'm on holiday. Keith, he's the villain. He betrays everyone and tries to end the world. Well, I knew he was going through a hard time, but I didn't think it was that bad. We should send him a little hamper with some teas from around the world in it. This is what happens when you try to explain modern storytelling to someone whose idea of conflict resolution involves a strongly worded letter and a cup of tea.
Hello. Well, so much for foreplay.
You mind telling me what the hell is going on?
There we have it, ladles and jelly spoons. Uncharted 2, a game that proves sequels don't have to be complete disasters. Foreign politicians have surprisingly good bedroom decor, and sometimes the best inspiration can come from the most unexpected of places. Yeah, like finding the perfect teapot in a charity shop. You never know when life's little treasures will turn up. Yes, Keith, video game development is exactly like charity shop browsing. The metaphors just write themselves. Ladles and jelly spoons, if this little jaunt through sequel success story has tickled your fancy, do us a solid and hit the old like button. Harder than Nathan Drake, it's ancient pottery. Share it with anyone who appreciates quality banter about old games, and of course, subscribe for more facts that'll make you the most popular person at your next pub quiz. And remember, like a well-aged cheddar, the best stories improve with time.
Subscribe, because clearly what your YouTube algorithm needs is more middle-aged men discussing decades-old video games with increasing levels of tangential rambling.
Until next time, this has been Friday 5-Minute Facts. Keith, you're buying the next round. Of course, though, I probably should mention that I only have a loyalty card for the tea shop next door.